students, today we are going to solve this double integral of the function x sine of xy bounded by the region R, where R is the region bounded in xy plane. X varies from 0 to 1 and y varies from 0 to pi. Now this question is different than the previous question, as here it is mentioned we have given dA, means here the order of integration is not given to you, that you should use dx dy or you should follow the order dy dx. So I'm going to explain you today how to select that order of integration. Now we can select any order depending upon the question, but we should pick the one which makes the integration easy for us. Okay, like for example, suppose if I select the order dx dy, then what will happen? Our integral will become double integral x sine xy. Suppose we are taking dx dy first, dx dy. As you know from the previous video, if it is x here, these limits will be for x. What are the limits for x? X varies from 0 to 1. So this will become 0 to 1, and outer integral will be the limits for y, which is 0 to pi. Okay, so this is first integral. Or if we select dy dx, then what our integral will become? Our integral will become double integral x sine xy dy dx. Now writing down the limits, limit for y 0 to pi and limit for x 0 to 1. I hope you remember this. These are the limits for x because these are the limits for y because of this one, and these are the limits for x, right? This is the way of checking if the limits are correct or not. Okay, now if we look at the two integrals, what we can see in the first integral, if you look at this integral, when we start integrating this, we will start by integrating this bracket, right? So let me write down this integral. What it was? Integral 0 to 1 x sine xy dx. So what you can see here is we have two function of x. It's clear that we are integrating with respect to x, and the variable y is constant. I hope you know all these things by now. So now when we are integrating with respect to x, we have two function of x which is in multiplication. So whenever such thing happen, it means we have to solve this integral either by substitution, either by the method of substitution or by parts. Okay, that we will see later that which method is there. On the other hand, if we start solving this integral, so it means we will be solving this portion of the integral. Okay, let's write it down. It is integral 0 to pi x sine xy dy. Now if you remember, here we are integrating with which variable? Because of dy y, and which variable is constant? The variable x is constant. Now when we start integrating this with respect to y, we can see that here we have only this as a function of y. X is a constant, so it means this integral will be evaluated directly. So which is easy, solving integral by parts or substitution or direct integration? Obviously, I hope you all agree that solving integration directly is better compared to integration by substitution or parts. That's why we will select the order of integration to be dy dx, not dx dy, as it will increase the complexity. So we are not picking up this integral, this order of integral, instead this one. Again, it varies from question to question. So for this specific question, we are selecting the order of integration as dy dx, not dx dy.